Oh, wow, Maddie came back? I mean, the kids ought to help him at this point.
Don't be scared.
You know, I retract that statement. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for It, Welcome to Derry. This is my next review for Season 1. This is for Episode 5 now. So, my god, man. This episode was shocking and dark and creepy, which... W's, and W's for them on that one. This was another fan-frickin-tastic episode. This show is so good, and this is the episode I've been waiting to get to. I think all of us viewers have been waiting to get to this episode. Again, spoilers if you haven't seen it. We have the full introduction this episode, on screen and everything, of Pennywise on the show. Which, you know what's funny? And this is a massive compliment I would give this show. Most TV shows, I would say, good lord, episode 5? Like, why did they take so long? Like, we really should have gotten to the point a lot quicker. You know what's funny? With this show, I don't say that at all. And you know why? The characters are engaging, the story's engaging, the build-up was good, the story's good. I was good waiting till this point, and I feel like it was a good reward to wait this long to get to know the characters, get into the world, learn about stuff, then give people what they want. Because if you do it right, like this show did, you can wait 5 episodes to see something. That's what seriously impresses me about this show. The characters are so gripping and the characters are so likable that it didn't even matter to me. I was like, oh, okay, Pennywise not till like later in the season? Alright, you know? So it goes to show you how good the show really is. But basically, this episode picks up right after, obviously, they made the guy frickin' tell them everything, basically. You get, of course, Shaw and the others that take him away, and then, obviously, Dick is kind of just sitting there in a position of, like, okay, like, what do we do now? You know what I mean? How do we proceed this? You know, now that we know. So, obviously, the episode continues. You have Marge, who obviously has her eye, cut out, obviously, 'cause she did that herself last episode, which... one of the most brutal scenes of the show up to this point when she cut her eye out, you know what I mean? So she got the eye patch on, you know, and you got the one nurse there that's like, you know, I'm not going to leave you alone with Lily. And then, you know, she's like, no, it's fine, you know. And she talks with her and she's like, look, people still think you did this, you know, but I'll clear the air. You know, I'll tell people that it was me and it was only me and that, you know, this and that. And she's trying to cover for her, basically. So I think Marge kind of let that be a wake-up call to her that bullying Lily and going along with these, you know, these mean girls, if you will, is probably not the best idea. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, honestly, I get that 110%. So that was a great opening scene. Then we go back. We have Shaw, of course, that's talking with Leroy. And obviously Leroy is trying to get answers on, you know, everything that's going on. And they won't let this guy out of custody, though. And Leroy kind of catches on to that. So obviously you've got Rose that goes to visit him, and she's like, listen, like, you know, just make sure you go along with everything. And then the guy's at the door and he's like, English, you know, and she's like, all right, fine, you know. And I thought that was kind of crazy because they won't let the guy go now that he's told them everything. So they take this guy with them on this mission later this episode because Shaw is dead set on finding out what's going on, General Shaw. So, thought that was pretty insane as well. And then, obviously, Ronnie's dad in this one is being taken to Shawshank, and you have all the crowd of people that are, like, cheering for his death and all this other stuff. You get a guy that comes through the crowd literally with a gun in his hand and tries shooting him right there, plain sight. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? And, they stop him, they take him down, and then obviously they take him the rest of the way on the bus. And later on in the episode, you find out through Charlotte, obviously, who, you know, she was trying to, you know, help them, obviously, you know, and she basically, like, sees this news broadcast that says later on, the bus that he was in crashed. Most people died, but he is a survivor, and he's on foot, and he's trying to get away. So, in this one, I thought it was kind of interesting, because I was like, oh, shit, like, where did he go? You know what I mean? So we got a prison break on our hands. You know what I mean? We gotta get Mahone on here. You know? We gotta get Mahone from Prison Break on here. He'll find him. You know. But yeah, no, it was crazy. You have him on the run. And then, obviously, he goes back and talks with the girl that, obviously, he was with. Because we know that he hooked up with a white woman, obviously. And back then, in these times, that was like a big hell no. You know what I mean? So, obviously, he runs into her. And that is the same woman that Lily was talking to last episode and this episode. And her husband treats her like shit. No fucking wonder she cheated on him. I mean, he's like, when's my steak ready? I'm like, bitch, fuck you. I know that's how it was back in the day, but it doesn't matter what it is. Seeing women being treated that way, it never gets easy to watch. Honestly, it never does. Yeah, anyway, crazy stuff there. I get why she cheated on him. I 100% understand it, honestly. Well, I mean, in terms of, that, I mean, now she's going to meet up with Charlotte. They're going to now kind of share their information that they know, and it's going to kind of go from there. So I thought that was a really interesting piece there. All the stories are kind of connecting here and there, and Charlotte's way more involved in the plot than I thought she'd be, and I really like to see that, you know what I mean? It's really good. Leroy's wife is awesome. She's really good. And then, obviously, Leroy is, involved in this, which then, let's talk about the big thing. Maddie returns in this episode and surprises all of these kids. And you've got Marge that's even there now as well, too. And they're all sitting there at their, little hideout. And he shows up and, kind of comes out of this tent. And real creepy-like, too, with his hand and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, oh, shit. This is a fucking trap. I felt it happening the moment he came out. I was like, nah, something's off with him. He's pale as hell. He's got longer hair now. He looks sus as shit. And we haven't seen him since the first episode. I was like, yeah, no, not falling for that one. And I was right, because they go to the tunnels. They take more of those pills that Lily's mom likes to take. They take 3 of them this time, though. They get high out of their damn minds, and they can barely function in there, you know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty funny. You got Marge and Rich that hold hands and say, are you guys holding hands? No. Yes. So I thought that was pretty funny as well. And then basically you've got them, they're going through. You also have on the flip side, in the same tunnel, you've got Leroy, you've got Dick, you've got the rest of their, squad. They're going through there as well. And unfortunately in this one we lose Leroy's kind of homie, his best friend. His name is escaping me. He wasn't a big character, but he was, the other guy that showed up there with Leroy in the first episode. He's been there ever since. The guy that's kind of obsessed with his hair. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he ends up biting the bullet in this one, unfortunately. Leroy, unfortunately, kind of doesn't see him, and it kind of ends in a kind of a tragic circumstance, honestly, when he's trying to, take out the threat. So I thought that was pretty sad as well. Leroy isn't able to save him, unfortunately, and that really, is a massive thing there for him. And then obviously you've got the kids that are going through, and then, the plot twist occurs. Maddie goes and brings them in there far enough to where they can't get out, drags them in there, and then basically turns around and he starts forming into Pennywise. So, Pennywise is here. This'll fucker right here. Pennywise. So, insane. Pennywise is fully in the show now. He's chasing after them. The kids run away. But the one that he is able to get a hold of, he's able to capture, is Lily. Which I thought was pretty insane. He's got her literally locked up in there just like that. So, what the fuck, And he even mentions they're close to kiss scene in the first episode, and he's like, yeah, you turned me down, you know what I mean? So now here you are, you're gonna be my slave, or whatever the hell he wants to do with her, and shit like that. And while the rest of the kids get out, so insane, man. They leave you on a big cliffhanger there. And the episode ends with Dick. He's coming out of the tunnels way after everybody else. He looks up to the top and sees the guy that died. And he turns around, and the guy's right there, looking like a fucking zombie or some shit. He was like, what the fuck, So that was an insane conclusion to the episode right there. That was a big cliffhanger. So lots of paths are converging now. Lots of, stories are kind of coming together. It's really, really getting good, y'all. It really is. And we still got episodes 6, 7, 8, and 9, I believe. I believe there's still 4 more episodes of It Welcome to Derry. So I'm going to enjoy the shit out of this, because I feel like it just keeps getting better and better. Every episode keeps getting more intense. Every episode keeps getting more just oh my god, what is happening? So, yeah, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this. I feel like this season's going to end in a freaking massive way. We know that there's 2 seasons of this show, y'all, that are still coming, 2 and 3. So it's going to be on for a while. This show is going to be an ongoing thing for a while, and I'm honestly so happy to see that because this show is fucking good. This show is really good. So anyway, I got a perfect 10 out of 10 for this episode. I loved it. It's admittedly my favorite episode so far, if I'm being honest. It was the most action-packed, tense, plot merging, Pennywise appearing. Yeah, 100% this is my favorite episode so far. It just gets crazier and crazier, y'all. It really does. So let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below, guys. Make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other reviews for It Welcome to Derry. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I will see you guys really soon for more videos for It Welcome to Derry. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist. Beat world gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.